Hello everyone, Dr. Brian Scott. We have been studying in our Insight to the End Times some of the statements made by Jesus in Matthew chapter 24, which deal with end time matters. And Jesus told us some of the things that we can look forward to as signs of his coming, the end times. One of those is in chapter 24, but verse number 7, where he talks about you'll see earthquakes and famines and pestilence. Now, yesterday we looked at the fact that famine is really becoming a massive problem worldwide. The UN reports are indicating that as a result of the coronavirus, the pandemic, that we may see as many as 1 billion people in the world facing starvation. Some of them are on extreme levels of famine where they are going to not make it. Pretty serious. I think these are some of the most serious numbers that we've ever accumulated and seen in the world, a sign of the ends, obviously. Today I want to look at pestilence, and I want to look at earthquakes with you for just a brief moment. In terms of pestilence, pestilences are various physical attacks against the body, disease attacks. We've seen them in past years and past centuries, the bubonic plague, the yellow fever, and things of this nature, polio, rheumatoid arthritis, tuberculosis, and so on. I guess we all have known someone who has suffered from those things. But the most prevalent pestilence that we're facing, they're calling it of a biblical proportion as well as famines being of a biblical proportion, would be this COVID-19, this coronavirus, this pandemic that we have been suffering from since March of 2020, and probably even before that. It has taken a lot of lives, but more importantly, it has created a massive amount of fear. Fear is not of the Lord, but fear is a sign of the end times when it gets out of control as it has been. If you were to be reading in the book of Revelation chapter 6, that's the chapter where the 7 seals are going to be opened, the first of the 21 judgments against the earth. The 4th seal is the pale horse, and the pale horse represents death coming to the earth. And that death, of course, would be through the virus or the pestilence. So yes, we've never seen anything that's taken the entire world by storm. But it's been here for 2 years plus, and it appears to be continuing. The last section we'll look at in this section and segment would be earthquakes. Now, we live in North America, and there aren't too many earthquakes where we live. But the numbers that are reported in the studies are staggering. There's as many as 1,400 earthquakes worldwide on a daily basis. 275 of those you can actually feel. So over a course of a year, that's 500,000 earthquakes. Wow, that's a lot. Now, just in the last weekend, here in the latter part of April 2022, there were 10 earthquakes of 5 or greater on the Richter scale. And during the week of ended April 24th, this past Sunday, there were 111 earthquakes. Earthquakes are occurring at an unprecedented level. Another sign of the end times, another sign that Jesus gave us to show us we're getting closer and closer. We got more for you tomorrow. I hope you'll join us. Until then, Dr. Brian Scott saying goodbye to you today. Bye.